Skookum House is an entrance into foster care that gives hope to hurting children. I was remembering something from my childhood while doing the best brainstorming activity I know of, taking a shower. I was remembering a trip that my family took when I was 7 years old to Disneyland. When you're in Disneyland, you're immersed in fantasy and fun and just soaking it all up. That's exactly where I was as a 7-year-old, soaking it all up, except for one part. We approached the Indiana Jones ride and I started to freak out. There was vines and snakes and skeletons, and it all signaled to me that it wasn't a safe ride. I couldn't be convinced otherwise that this ride was going to fall apart. It wasn't safe for even my family to go on, and it scared me. To this day, that memory is still so clear and visceral to me. My 7-year-old self created a narrative based off first impressions that made me never go on that roller coaster. You see, the thing about first impressions is that they help us create stories of what's going to happen next. Likewise, the way that kids enter foster care changes their overall experience. Instead of a social worker who's pressed on time to place a sibling group into the first available home or split up between homes, Skookum House buys time so that the best decisions about placement can be made and sibling groups can stay together. Instead of a kid sitting in the office of a social worker for hours at a time wearing the slippers that they were removed from their house in, Skookum House provides a home full of friends, ready to care for the needs of kids in any way that might be. Foster care is far from a fun-filled adventure, but that doesn't mean that the entrance needs to be scary. In fact, we could repair much of the damage caused when kids enter foster care by keeping sibling groups together, providing a fun and safe environment, and making shelter available 24/7. All the while buying time for social workers to make the best decisions on placements for kids. Would you help us make foster care less scary for kids by going to skookumcw.org/give? It's $100 per night per kid to operate Skookum House, but any amount of pledge giving is greatly appreciated. So here's the question. How many kids do you want to care for?